The Unsung Hero. The Life of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Chapter 1: Early Years. In the quaint town of Cuttack, nestled along the eastern coast of India, Subhash Chandra Bose entered the world on January 23, 1897. Born to Janakinath Bose, a prominent lawyer, and Prabhavati Devi, a devout and caring mother, Subhash was raised in a loving household amidst the rich cultural tapestry of India. From an early age, Subhash exhibited a keen intellect and insatiable curiosity. His father, recognizing his son's potential, ensured that he received a quality education despite the family's modest means. Subhash's thirst for knowledge led him to excel in his studies, earning top marks in school and garnering the admiration of his teachers. Despite his academic prowess, Subhash's upbringing was not without its challenges. The Bose family faced financial constraints, which forced them to live frugally. However, rather than succumbing to adversity, Subhash learned valuable lessons in perseverance and resilience from his parents. Their unwavering support and encouragement instilled in him a strong sense of determination and self-reliance that would shape his future endeavors. Subhash's childhood was also enriched by his close-knit family ties. He shared a special bond with his mother, Prabhavati Devi, who nurtured his moral values and instilled in him a deep sense of compassion and empathy for others. Her influence would leave an indelible mark on Subhash, guiding him to always strive for justice and equality. As Subhash matured, he developed a fervent interest in the history and culture of India. He voraciously read books on India's rich heritage and became captivated by the lives of its legendary heroes and freedom fighters. Inspired by their courage and sacrifice, Subhash harbored dreams of one day following in their footsteps and serving his country. The tumultuous political landscape of India during the early 20th century also left a profound impact on young Subhash. He witnessed firsthand the injustices inflicted upon his countrymen by British colonial rule. The burgeoning nationalist movement, led by luminaries such as Mahatma Gandhi and Bal Gangadhar Tilak, stirred within him a sense of indignation and a desire for change. Subhash's journey towards becoming a fervent nationalist was further propelled by his experiences in college. Enrolled at the prestigious Presidency College in Calcutta, he found himself immersed in the vibrant intellectual milieu of the time. Surrounded by like-minded peers and impassioned professors, Subhash engaged in spirited debates on politics, philosophy, and social reform. These formative years not only broadened his intellectual horizons, but also deepened his commitment to the cause of India's independence. Despite his academic pursuits, Subhash remained grounded in his roots and never forgot the struggles of the common man. He actively participated in social service activities, volunteering at local schools and charitable organizations to uplift the underprivileged. His altruistic endeavors earned him the admiration and respect of his community, further fueling his resolve to fight for the downtrodden. As Subhash reached the cusp of adulthood, he stood at a crossroads, poised to embark on a journey that would shape the course of his life. Armed with a formidable intellect, unwavering determination, and a fervent love for his motherland, he set forth on a path that would lead him to become one of India's most revered fighters. Chapter 2: Journey to Independence. As Subhash Chandra Bose transitioned into adulthood, the call for India's independence reverberated across the nation with increasing fervor. Inspired by the tireless efforts of Mahatma Gandhi and other stalwarts of the freedom movement, Subhash eagerly joined the Indian National Congress Inc., the vanguard of India's struggle against British colonial rule. Subhash's entry into the political arena marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life. Armed with his razor-sharp intellect and unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom, he quickly distinguished himself as a rising star within the Inc. His impassioned speeches and articulate advocacy for India's self-determination earned him widespread admiration and respect among his peers and supporters. At the forefront of the nationalist movement, Subhash forged alliances with fellow freedom fighters, including Jawaharlal Nehru and Vallabhbhai Patel, forming strong bonds of camaraderie and mutual respect. Together, they envisioned a future where India would emerge from the shackles of colonialism and reclaim its rightful place on the world stage. However, Subhash's approach to achieving independence diverged from the non-violent methods espoused by Mahatma Gandhi. While he revered Gandhi as a spiritual leader and admired his principles of satyagraha and ahimsa, Subhash believed that more assertive measures were necessary to combat British imperialism. He advocated for militant action and mass mobilization to expedite India's liberation, a stance that would later lead to ideological rifts within the Inc. Undeterred by dissenting voices, Subhash embarked on a whirlwind tour of India, rallying support for his vision of a free and united nation. His stirring oratory and impassioned pleas resonated with people from all walks of life, igniting a flame of nationalism that burned bright in the hearts of millions. However, Subhash's unwavering commitment to the cause of independence soon brought him into conflict with the British authorities. His vocal opposition to British policies and his role in organizing mass protests and strikes led to repeated arrests and incarcerations. Yet each time he emerged from prison, he returned to the fray with renewed vigor and determination, undeterred by the personal sacrifices demanded by his crusade for freedom. Despite facing formidable obstacles, Subhash remained undaunted in his pursuit of India's liberation. He recognized that achieving independence would require more than just political activism. It would necessitate the mobilization of the masses and the creation of a unified front against colonial oppression. In 1938, Subhash was elected as the president of the Indian National Congress, a testament to his growing stature within the party and his unwavering commitment to the cause of independence. During his tenure, he sought to revitalize the Inc. and galvanize support for a more aggressive approach to achieving freedom. However, Subhash's tenure as Congress president was short-lived, as his confrontational tactics and ideological differences with other leaders led to his resignation from the party. Undeterred by this setback, he continued to pursue his vision of a liberated India through alternative means. Chapter 3: The Great Escape. As tensions between Subhash Chandra Bose and the leadership of the Indian National Congress reached a boiling point, Subhash made the bold decision to break away from the confines of conventional politics and pursue a more radical path towards India's liberation. Frustrated by the limitations imposed by his detractors within the Incs, Subhash resolved to take matters into his own hands and embark on a daring journey that would change the course of history. In the dead of night, under the cover of darkness, Subhash orchestrated his escape from British surveillance. With nerves of steel and a steely resolve, he evaded detection and slipped away from his captors, determined to chart a new course for the freedom struggle. Leaving behind the familiar streets of India, Subhash set his sights on distant shores, where he hoped to find allies and support for his cause. Subhash's journey took him across continents and oceans, as he traversed treacherous terrain and navigated through enemy territory in search of refuge. From Europe to Asia, he moved with the agility and stealth of a seasoned operative, always one step ahead of his pursuers. Throughout his autopsy, Subhash encountered individuals who shared his vision of a free and independent India. In Germany, he found a sympathetic ear in Adolf Hitler's regime, which viewed India's struggle against British imperialism as a means to destabilize the British Empire. Despite the controversial nature of his alliance with the Axis powers, Subhash saw it as a pragmatic necessity in his quest for India's freedom. Undeterred by the risks and dangers that lay ahead, Subhash forged ahead with unwavering determination and resolve. In the heart of Southeast Asia, he found fertile ground for his revolutionary ideas, rallying Indian expatriates and prisoners of war to join him in his crusade against colonial oppression. In 1943, Subhash established the Azad Hind government in exile, with the aim of mobilizing Indian forces to liberate their homeland from British rule. Under his leadership, the Indian National Army INA was formed, comprising patriotic soldiers who had pledged their allegiance to the cause of freedom. Subhash's leadership of the INA marked a turning point in India's struggle for independence. With his charismatic persona and unwavering commitment to the cause, he inspired thousands of men and women to join the ranks of the INA and fight alongside him for the liberation of their motherland. Despite facing insurmountable odds and formidable adversaries, Subhash remained undaunted in his quest to free India from the yoke of colonialism. His daring escape and subsequent efforts to rally support for the INA showcased his indomitable spirit and unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom. Chapter 4: The Formation of the INA. With the establishment of the Indian National Army INA, Subhash Chandra Bose ushered in a new chapter in India's struggle for independence. Fueled by his unwavering determination and the support of Indian expatriates and prisoners of war, Subhash embarked on the monumental task of building a formidable force capable of challenging British colonial rule. The INA was not just a military organization, it was a symbol of India's resilience and determination to break free from the shackles of imperialism. Comprising soldiers from diverse backgrounds and regions of India, the INA represented the unity and solidarity of the Indian people in their quest for freedom. Under Subhash's visionary leadership, the INA underwent rigorous training and preparation for the battles that lay ahead. With limited resources and logistical challenges, Subhash rallied his troops with impassioned speeches and unwavering conviction, instilling in them a sense of purpose and camaraderie. The INA's first major campaign took place in Burma, now Myanmar, where Subhash led his troops into battle against British forces. Despite facing formidable adversaries and overwhelming odds, the INA displayed remarkable courage and resilience on the battlefield, earning the respect of friend and foe alike. The INA's involvement in the Burma campaign was a turning point in India's struggle for independence. It demonstrated to the world that India's fight for freedom was not confined to the shores of the subcontinent, but extended to the far reaches of Southeast Asia. The INA's bold actions inspired hope and solidarity among Indians both at home and abroad, reinvigorating the nationalist movement and galvanizing support for Subhash's cause. However, the INA's journey was not without its challenges. As the war in Southeast Asia raged on, the INA faced logistical and supply constraints, making it difficult to sustain their military operations. Despite these challenges, Subhash remained undeterred in his resolve to press forward and achieve victory for India. In 1945, the INA launched its most audacious campaign yet, known as the Imphal-Kohima Offensive, aimed at liberating India from British rule. Although the offensive ultimately ended in defeat for the INA, it served as a powerful symbol of India's determination and resolve to fight for freedom. The legacy of the INA lives on as a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of its soldiers, who fought valiantly for the cause of India's independence. Subhash Chandra Bose's leadership of the INA remains a source of inspiration for generations of Indians, reminding them of the power of unity, determination, and perseverance in the face of adversity. Chapter 5: Legacy of a Patriot. As the dust settled on the battlefield and the echoes of the Indian National Army's INA valiant struggle faded into history, the legacy of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose endured as a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come. Despite the setbacks and challenges faced by the INA, Subhash's unwavering commitment to the cause of India's independence left an indelible mark on the annals of history. Subhash Chandra Bose's vision of a free and united India resonated deeply with the aspirations of millions of Indians who yearned for liberation from colonial rule. His charismatic leadership and unyielding determination inspired people from all walks of life to join the fight for freedom, igniting a flame of nationalism that burned bright in the hearts of his countrymen. Although the INA's military campaign did not achieve its intended objectives, its impact on India's struggle for independence was profound. The INA brought international attention to India's fight for freedom and served as a catalyst for the eventual end of British colonial rule. Its legacy galvanized the nationalist movement and paved the way for India's independence in 1947. Subhash's untimely demise in a plane crash in 1945 left a void in the hearts of millions of Indians who had looked to him as a guiding light in their quest for freedom. Yet his legacy endured, immortalized in the hearts and minds of those who continued to fight for his vision of a free and united India. In the decades following India's independence, Subhash Chandra Bose's contributions to the freedom struggle were recognized and celebrated by people across the nation. His birth anniversary on January 23 became a day of remembrance and reflection, honoring the life and legacy of one of India's greatest patriots. Today, Subhash Chandra Bose remains a towering figure in India's history, revered as a hero and martyr who sacrificed everything for the cause of his country. His words continue to resonate with Indians, inspiring them to strive for justice, equality, and freedom in all aspects of their lives. The legacy of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose serves as a reminder of the power of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering determination in the pursuit of a noble cause. His life story continues to inspire people around the world to stand up against oppression and injustice and to fight for the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity.